righty. Child, I'm hungry. Dang. That ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dance Talk Realness, a podcast where we discuss all nuances concerning education and dance because a dance experience is an experience worth talking about. I'm your host, Truly B, and I'm here with my awesome as always co-host, Daryl P.
Hey.
And today we are talking about dance and gaming. This is just so random. But this is all coming from a video that Daryl posted. I was like, he really out here. He really out here doing Just Dance.
Yes.
It was lit. And I was like, oh, okay, let's talk about this. So, full disclosure from my end, I have played, I think, is either Just Dance or Dance Dance Revolution. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them. I don't know which one. Maybe once in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole rest of the time, I just watch other people do it because I'm like, I know I'm gonna look crazy. So I'm not about to do this. But I will gladly watch others do so.
Yeah.
The oldest child, I think 2-3 years ago, he had like a friend come over like for his birthday, and like they were playing, I smooth recorded it. I didn't post it anywhere because the other kid ain't mine, but hilarious videos. So I enjoy watching others play them, but I'm not well versed in dance games. So enlighten me.
Well, in full disclosure, I don't know how versed I would say I am in dance games, but I will say is that um, I have played Dance Dance Revolution, like the arcade version, and I don't know what system had like the mat that you could, do it at home. I am terrible at Dance Dance Revolution. Like absolutely terrible. And it's something about the arrows and like I guess it's not hand eye at that point, like foot eye coordination of like knowing what foot, like when the arrow is up, knowing that I need to go forward, when it's back, I need to go back. And like if it's both at the same time going back, front, or side, like those can get really intimidating. Although I have an ex who was not necessarily rhythmically versed, but could play the hell out of some Dance Dance Revolution, like really, really well. And
That's
I think it
crazy.
has something to do with just like having good like eye coordination. Like it's one of those things where it's like I'm terrible at basketball just because like running and dribbling at the same time is not my thing. Just like
Man, all sports, just put them all up there for
yeah,
me. I'm
soccer.
trash.
I can't do soccer because it's like keeping up with the ball and like my foot, like it just does not work out very well. Um, Although Just Dance though, I feel it's a little bit more like full body. Um, and I can get down with that one a little bit better. So like for Just Dance, um, so there's a couple things. So I believe when it's like on the Wii, or I guess yeah, it's Nintendo. So when it's like Wii, well, I don't know if it is Nintendo because I have it on the PS4. Anyhow, if it's on like a Wii or like some type of joystick video game, you can use like the handle or like the controller, the controller to control your moves, and it's for the most part like following the controller. Like for instance, when I would play when I used to play the Michael Jackson Experience on Wii. Did you ever play that?
No, I never played that one.
Okay, so the Michael Jackson, I guess maybe I am versed in these games. So the Michael,
Look at you.
wait a minute.
At least in comparison, because
Yeah.
I'm like, not at all.
So the Michael Jackson Experience, which was on the Wii, you could, I mean, I guess you could still do it for Just Dance too, but it just followed the joystick, right? So like if you, or the controller, so like you didn't really have to do a whole lot of movement. If your hand was doing the movement in the right place, it would pick it up.
Okay.
So you would, obviously win that way. But for Just Dance, the kind of setup that I have with like the video, um, I have a camera that's like looking at my entire body, although it is only picking up like a certain hand gesture, right? So like as long as you hit those hand gestures, you're pretty much scoring the points or whatever that you
Mhm.
need to like get these stars or whatever. But I legit did that because um I just wanted a little bit of an exercise. I was like, I need some cardio. And I was like, I'll just do Just Dance because
Yeah.
at least with that, it's like, you know, if you do go all out with it, it is kind of a workout. And not even kind
Mhm.
of, it is a workout. If you're not just doing it for like the gestures, if you're really putting your entire body in it. And like it has like a little scrolling um like indicator of like what steps are next. Sometimes it looks like hieroglyphics and it's like I don't know what that is even trying to say. Like they're trying to say like arms go up and then come in and come down in one picture. So it's just like you have like a stick figure and then you have these arrows that are going up. So you're just like, oh no, you might go the other way. You know, so it can be really kind of tricky, but fun. I mean I enjoyed it. It's entertaining.
Okay, so it was definitely Just Dance that I played
Hmm.
because I have looked at people play Dance Dance Revolution. Okay, I can't do the arrows.
Yeah.
It should not be confusing,
Hmm.
but it is. And I'd be like, oh
Yeah.
no, but I think I'm lost. Like I
Yeah.
can't, and I like you were saying, it's something like I can see it, but my feet aren't going to like step in the direction that these arrows are going. Like it does not compute in my body. So that one, I was like, nah, I'm good off that. So it was definitely Just Dance. I don't know what iteration of it
Yeah.
was, but I do remember there being like times that, okay, like this is the shape, but like this hand is highlighted. So if this arm kind of don't make it all the way up here, but this one did, then
It, it's fine. Yeah.
it counted. And I'm like, that's not good enough. I want to
Okay.
do perfect.
Right. Exactly. Which, you know, it's funny, you know, even just talking about this, because like maybe they want to make it a little bit more versatile. Like if you don't have the camera set up, like you can just do it with like one handed controller. But I think the ultimate would be something where it is like your full body needs to be in the correct position in order for it to count. Like I think that would be like the biggest challenge. Like right now, it seems like the when you look at the game and it's trying to give you like this ultimate version of a song, right? Or
Mhm.
like this harder version of the song. It's only like the beats per minute or more. So it's a faster song. The choreography is a little bit faster, but it's still only picking up like that one particular like side of the body or hand or whatever. As opposed to like I would think that if you're gonna do like this ultimate thing, it's like okay, no,
Full body.
the full body needs to
Yeah.
be in it for it to be considered, you know, hard. But you know, I think the interesting thing is like these arts based games like you know Guitar Hero
Hmm.
or Rock Band or there's like a DJ Hero, um, you know
I know there was
just
I didn't, because I know we were thinking about getting it for the teen. But there was like a art one. It was Disney. It was like a Mickey.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
like broad
I'm gonna
paint
just keep doing this gesture. Like,
like a visual arts like there are some really they do a really good job I think of kind of getting people I don't want to say trained,
mm,
but I had a friend who was so into Rock Band, like super into Rock Band, like so much. So it's a friend of it's my friend's husband. He was super into Rock Band that he purchased some. I don't know how he did it, but he purchased a drum set that somehow he could connect to whatever system he had, to where now this actual like not like a drum, like a electric drum set,
Mm-hmm.
now connected to the game. So now he's playing like not like the drums that came in the box. 'Cause, like if you've ever played it, like the drums that come with it is like they are electric or
Mm-hmm.
pads or whatever you want to call them, um, but they're kind of crappy. But he bought like the real deal, and he played it so much so that when he wasn't playing the game, could actually play the drums.
That's wild.
I know, and I one day like I was visiting her because like this is something that we used to do like back in like the early 2000s, and now they have like they have two kids now and live in a different house, whatever. But he still has this drum set, and so he was playing the drums upstairs, and I was like, has he like did he play the drums in like high school or something? She's like, absolutely not. He learned that from playing Rock Band all those years, and that's how he picked it up. And it's like, wow. And of course, I think the more you play on like those advanced levels,
Mm-hmm.
the better you get at um, the better you get at actually use, because like I think you're like when you're on the easy or medium levels, it's like you're just keeping time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Same with the dancing. You're just doing like a easy like wave your hand,
Yeah.
hey, wave your hand back, other hand, wave your hand back. So like that's like the easier versions. But when you start getting into the more difficult stuff, like you're actually playing these notes.
Yeah.
Even with like Guitar Hero, like I recall like my hands are actually now really going,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm strumming in time, like I'm actually trying to play these notes even though they're just buttons, right? um and so I mean, I don't know if the Guitar Hero or if the playing the guitar has the same kind of overlap as like the drums and Rock Band, but like I think it's a they're pretty quality, right? So it makes me wonder, like, could somebody develop like something that's a little bit more like ballet, just
Mm.
modern, just tap? Could you imagine
I
to
would I
have,
would get that.
because you
I'd buy
this
it.
this is here, yeah, because you could create like a pad that you purchase
Mm-hmm.
that maybe you put something on the bottom of your shoe to really like simulate like the tap, like, so maybe you don't even need a pad, you just need something on the bottom of the shoe, so like as you tap and you're hitting those beats, so like if you were to translate into actual tap shoes,
Mm-hmm.
you're you're really learning tap.
That would actually be awesome.
That would
I
be really
would buy
awesome.
that. I would buy that and play that game all the time. I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be because that I do remember
If you're
some
listening to this,
people
don't steal
saying
that
that
idea.
say again.
I said, don't steal that idea. That is it's copywritten because it's been said and recorded.
Yes, yes. Like that is property
That
of
is property
Feral
of
Pilot.
Daryl
Don't do
Pilot.
this.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I will replay this with the date. January
Yes.
18th, 2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like musically, I've seen people who have said that those types of games did help. And it's not necessarily that it's like quality music education, but it is based on actual music principles.
Mhm.
And so I think there can be some benefit to it. On the dance end, I think it would be interesting if they decided to go a route where they kind of branched into the like concert dance forms.
Mhm.
I would be skeptical of traditional dance forms.
Mhm.
I would be skeptical of that. Not that I don't think it would be possible to work that out. I just feel like that could get misused
Yeah.
somehow. Like I would be like, maybe don't do those. But like you said, like a just ballet, like I'm like, yeah, I can see that, and I could see it being, especially for younger students, actually all students, real talk, but like younger students, that could be like another activity you could bring in to
Mm-hmm.
kind of get them out of the mindset of, oh, this is so hard. Oh, this is boring. I don't want to learn the technique of it. And to be able to approach it just another way.
Yeah.
Which leads me to the question of how do you keep that though from it turning into people thinking it is like a quality education in
Mm-hmm.
whatever form it is? Just like your friend may be able to actually legit play. And he may have like just a different approach to when like he's into that. He's like about the business. But like your general average person, when they're doing these types of games, not that I want to discourage them, but it's like,
well, I think it's that level of like reading music. You know what I mean? Like you don't like, you know, I think he's playing off of like off of ear, which I think is, you know,
that's a skill set.
That's a skill. That is a skill, and that is a talent. Like I have learned now, don't get me wrong, I've not learned how to play the piano, but I have learned certain keys and certain things on the piano just by like playing a note and just being like, oh, that sounds like this. Oh, that's how you get here. Okay, let's kind of put them together and like, oh, okay, I'm kind of playing Happy Birthday a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, but with two fingers, right? So clearly not like a concert pianist. Dude, you know what I mean? But
and tap tap tap.
Tap tap.
There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Enjoy.
But I think that, so you're not, I don't think you're getting that full, like, I think you would still need to, you're not getting that full education, right? That full, like, I would not say he is a drummer. I think I would say that he can play the drums, but I would not call him a drummer. I wouldn't say he should go join a band. You know, unless it's like a little jam band, you know, then maybe, sure, right? If he's just kind of following keys and just, you know, playing by ear, like maybe, but like in a concert drummer, like I don't think that would be wise for him to do that.
Like, might be a bad choice.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that. But yeah, I think it's a great, like, maybe late in life, like I really enjoyed music, or like I really enjoyed dance, enjoyed tap. I think it could be a good jumping off point for someone who maybe is young and like wants to like learn dance, right? Just because you're like, you can hit any hard song or like version of a song on Just Dance and you can do it well. I wouldn't necessarily call you a dancer, because I feel like being a dancer encompasses like so many more things besides just being able to do movement. You know, I mean, all right, now we're getting into, I think understanding that process of creating choreography and the emoting choreography, I think makes you a dancer. I think someone can dance, right? But I think when you add that, what would that necessarily be? When you make it a noun, playing the drums and being a drummer, dance, knowing how to dance and being a dancer, I think are different. And I think those games give you the action, right? You can do the verb, but I don't think you're a noun you're the noun until you have studied.
I like that.
the actual art form.
I like that explanation a lot. Yeah. Yes, because I agree.
Yeah.
Because 100% have definitely seen many a student who's like, oh yeah, I dance. I'm a dancer. And I'm like, aren't you though?
Yeah.
questions that need answers. But also, man, these little notifications I've been getting on this here device, child, I'd be like, I need to cut that off. That is distracting. But yeah, it's very much and again, it's not a discouragement, but if it's used in the right way, I think it's beneficial. So, and I think the same applies for like watching like YouTube videos and tutorials on things that I'm like, yeah, you can learn stuff from there because some people are like genuinely teaching.
Right.
But there's a difference between, like you said, it just being the verb.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, this is an action I'm capable of doing versus, oh, I have studied and put in work in this thing. I have a deeper understanding of this thing. I understand the mechanics of this thing.
Right.
And I think it's just making sure that, because we understand that difference, but you know, there's so many people out here who don't. And I'm like, y'all really? Of which, because I made this note, and to me, this connects to that idea. Just like there's people who, when I tell them I'm not good at those types of games, they are surprised. It's like, but you're a dancer. And I'm like, yes, I am. I have studied this thing. That is the only thing my degrees are in. Like, yeah, I am. However,
right.
This actual verb, this action of it isn't what I do. Like, and it's like, it's mind boggling to people.
Right.
Like they legitimately do not understand that I'm just like, or if I say it and then I get like high score and it's like, oh, well, it's just because I was like, no, it's because I can recognize a pattern. Right. And so I'm using my education right now and I'm just picking things apart. I was like, but can I recall any of the things that just happened? Not at all. Like this ain't a skill set for me. It's fine. Like I know it's not my testimony, but it's like just being able to separate but acknowledge both of those things. Because I think it's they both have their place because not everyone's going to be a dancer. That's fine. Like that is one of my first things I always keep in mind, like when I go into teaching a new group, that I'm like, everybody in here is not a dancer and everyone will not become one. That's fine. It is what it is. But when I'm teaching, the goal is to get you to dance. Two separate things that are both existing at the same time. And I think the same applies to the games, that it's like, you know, this is a good way, like you were doing it just to get some cardio and get some movement. So I'm like, it's a good way for some people to get movement in that's not boring. Because if it's boring, you're not going to keep doing it. And then you're going to follow back into whatever habits you're trying to get away from. So it's a good way to get movement in. It, to me, I would think, gets you to think differently, which physical movement does that for most people. And if it sparks your interest to be like, hey, I think I would like to take a class, then, you know, that's even better. Why the heck not? Yeah. But also, if you're like, I just want to play this game.
Exactly. Why not?
Like, you can also just play the game. That's also an option. Like, there's choices.
Yeah.
But I know I never did play Guitar Hero. I wanted to. I never did though.
It's a fun game. Like I said, I know like and even like this like now.
I think I lost you.
Did Rock Band make people into singers? Uh-oh.
Okay, wait. I think I'm good. Okay, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
It froze, but I can hear you now. It's probably my janky Wi-Fi. It's okay.
Oh God. Okay.
Struggles.
Am I frozen still?
You are, but I can hear you.
Oh, I'm still frozen. Okay. Okay, good. I also think that there's a lag too because I'm talking, but I don't know if you're responding to in time.
Okay.
But can you hear?
Mhm.
Yeah, there is a lag.
He's like, but wait, testing. Mic check, mic check.
But wait, testing.
I said, look, me and this Wi-Fi,
But
and
anyway,
I promise it's
I'll keep
because
just
everyone else is
rambling, and
using
then
it.
I'll.
It's okay. I'm sure it's
Right.
me. Like at this point, I'm sure it's me. I'm sure it's me because everybody, literally, and their mother in this house is on this Wi-Fi, and I'm like, y'all don't care about my life. It's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
But
you're unfrozen. Okay, we're good.
Okay, yay. Okay. So what was I gonna say? Oh, Guitar Hero, rock band, singing. Yeah, they were interesting. They were interesting games, and just to kind of piggyback what you said about, hopefully that it inspires people to take a class, right? Like hopefully, even for some of those other arts, like it inspired people to, take up the drums. It inspired people to take a voice class, maybe. It inspires people to, pick up the guitar and take guitar lessons, right? Like I think those are games that really tries to help, advance the arts. Right now I'm in some classes talking about like, how the benefits of an arts education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like talking with stakeholders in the community about art and stuff. And, I think about like TikTok, right? And how like, in the pandemic, that was something that really helped people through it, right? So, definitely has a place in um, just the makeup of our culture and the makeup of our of communities, I think. So keep making all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And we need to find you a game developer to work with so we can get this Just Tap going because I am 100% here
Just
for that.
tap.
I would
Yeah.
buy that game. You can have my money for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, me and this, because you froze, but I can hear you and I don't understand technology. So I'm gonna not sit here and touch buttons though, because that's how I end up hanging up on people. But
Right.
I mean, I think we hit all the things that we were going to talk about this because this was just a random episode, which I'm always here for it.
Yeah.
But we thank you all for joining us here yet again at Dance Talk Realness. If you have any questions or any topics that you want us to touch on, just reach out, drop us a line under any of the posts wherever you see us. Follow us across all the places where you can find us. And we look forward to bringing you some fresh new content next week. We'll see you then. Bye.